everyone. Little technical difficulties. I'll be right back. Vähän teknisiä ongelmia mulla tässä, kun mulla oli täällä ne nauhoitusasetukset ja nauhoitusasetukset oli semmosilla resoluutiolla, että vittu tää mun kone ei kyllä jaksa mitenkään puskea ulos. Niinku siis niinku live-kuvaa. Tää ei nauhoita, tämä nyt ei nauhoita, tämä vaan lähettää. Ei voi mitään. Well, hello. How are we doing? I am doing well. I hope you are doing too. Well, I'm doing relatively well. We have Boobies in the chat saying hello and Jens saying hello, everyone. Okay, sorry about the inconveniences. I had my recording settings here. Which do not really apply well once doing live, because while my computer and I was supposed to record this as I always do, record my live shows, but today before I clicked yes, go live, it just told me that no can do, sorry, because I had the wrong folder there. I had assigned a wrong folder to it, and such folder didn't exist anymore. The content is in another folder. Okay, now, and I think I need little less light. Okay. I'm sorry I've been away from live shows for a good while now, but I have my reasons to not to have recorded the past 2 episodes, but pillow a bit up. Anyway, okay. Okay, I'm sorry for being a shitty streamer. Okay. I hope you liked my 2 previous episodes. But even though those were a bit shorter and lacked, well, I had the premiere chat, of course, but it's not the same as having a live chat, the one I hope that we will have today, a good one. But anyway, big thank you and claps to Flems. Flems is a patron of mine. Flems has been a patron of mine for now 7 months now, I think. Uh, on the running so far, the only patron, unfortunately. I thought I had hoped that it would get on a bit better, but um, okay. So what we have here is Stefan. Stefan is my co-host and well known to all of my regular viewers. And cute alert, cute alert, cute alert. This is Bertin, my other co-host. Okay, Bowie, Jens, how have you been doing since we last spoke? I hope you've been doing absolutely fabulous. Okay, let's go, and I need to get something for my. Do we have? Boy, do we have? Do we have here 360? Oh, okay. I just need to get a link. So today the topic is, as the name of the stream suggests, we discuss whether or not the United States of America is or is not safe for trans people. And I really, I don't think that it is safe anymore. Okay then. Okay, just kidding. By the way, my view counts are going down. I mean, the watch time in hours has been going down steadily from 36 hours a month to 24. So if you like my content, please share my content. Oops, that's a bit big chat. There we go. Anyway, if you like my content, please share, and while you're at it, leave a like and tell your friends that there's a Finnish trans lady doing some nice content. Okay, why isn't the US safe for trans people? Okay, let's take it here. Oops, why is that so goddamn large? Okay, I'm sorry, these After Effects from having recorded stuff, and then we have another viewer. Who could that be? Is it always lovely pizza? Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps if it's Peter or someone else, they'll make themselves known. Okay, so this is from a month ago. Okay, this is from CNN.com. Okay, it's regarding the Texas legislation, the Don't Say Gay bill type of thing, and that the Texas governor Greg Abbott said that providing gender-affirming care to transgender teens constitutes child abuse. Okay, so a district court judge in Travis County, Texas, granted a temporary restraining order on Wednesday to prevent the state from performing a child abuse investigation of a family seeking gender-affirming healthcare to their transgender child. And this is in the aftermath of the this man, Greg Abbott, saying that providing uh, gender affirming care, medical care to underage to up until the age of 19, I think, constitutes child abuse. So, or at least until the age of 18. Some states say 19. I think Florida and or Alabama says 19. Under the age of 19, that's a felony offense. The American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU of Texas, and LGBTQ civil rights organization Lambda Legal filed a lawsuit Tuesday on behalf of parents of a transgender girl. Okay, so this is horrible. Horrible enough. Horrible enough. I just do not. This just gives me a horrible headache. All this, as if I didn't already have a massive headache, but it's really horrible what they're doing here, and not just in Alabama, Florida, Texas. There's been, I think, 46 bills last year alone across the U.S. Oh, hey, Super Ghost UK, how's everyone doing? I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. California is safe from anti-trans bill making monsters. How would you know that? Background noise. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Excuse me. I had visitors in the room. Okay. Continue. Oh, fuck yes. Go fuck yourself. There's been, of course, Republican lawmakers have been making these bills in 2022. Sorry, throughout the first week. Let's go. Okay, from NBC News. Some say this is just BS news, but let's go from here. This is January 27th, 2022. Republican lawmakers in Arizona, Alabama, Indiana, Kentucky, New Hampshire, and South Dakota introduced at least 9 measures to target trans and non-binary youth, such as their ability to participate in sports, receive gender-affirming care, or use the bathroom. Yes. And it's the first few days of 2022 quickly follows what some advocates have labeled the worst year in recent history for LGBTQ state legislative attacks. Last year, bills prohibiting healthcare for trans youth were bills prohibiting healthcare to trans youth were introduced in 20, 5, 10, 15, 20 states. With 2 states, Arkansas and Tennessee, signing them into law, and out of the more than 30 to introduce restrictions to trans athletes, 9 states enacted legislation into law. Yeah. This is once again young people making medical decisions they might later regret. Look. Uwe says because California is safe from anti-trans bills, because California has no anti-trans bills, and the person they tried to recall hasn't passed any. Uh huh. Right. Okay. Why do I have it? Yeah. Medical decisions they may later regret. Dear conservatives, we have discussed this earlier. Super, quite on point. Supergirl says, stupidity and ignorance knows no bounds. Even if you think everything is done and dusted, it will find a way back into our lives. That is exactly the case. Let's see. Do we really have someone, a fourth person lurking in the chat? Apparently. Oh, it's Peter. Ooh, darling, Peter is in the chat. Oh, hello, Peter. How are you doing today, darling? Okay, Peter, boo, is Peter not home? Okay. Oh, pardon me, I'm tired. Just caught up, was late. You're never late. Okay. Anyway, it's just yeah. Okay, but what we have here is a situation on our hands that we can determine that the US is not safe anymore. Because all these dozens of bills make people's lives more difficult, to say the least. These are dangerous. This is truly disturbing. What we have here. I mean, I forgot to look it up. I forgot to pick up the figure. Okay, 20. Okay. Anyway, trans people are, especially teenagers and youth in general, are in far more vulnerable position than trans adults or their cisgender peers. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, there. So, I want to. This is from. We're going to talk about suicide and self harm. If these topics are you're sensitive to these topics, please move to another video. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is from a Center for Suicide Prevention. Okay, and this is that approximately 1.5% are trans. This is according to Bauer et al. 2015a. But this varies. Moderators, please remove this person. Chop chop. Thank you very much. I do not need transphobic shit. I don't need transphobic and homophobic shit faces like that person that was in the chat. Those kinds of people are dangerous. Fuckface. Slimy little fuckface. Pardon my French. This makes my blood boil. Okay. Refresh cache. Okay. Okay. Now I refresh the cache. Whenever you post more in the chat, post more messages on the chat, it will show up. I just wanted that shit off the screen. Thank you. I didn't have a chance to look up who removed that person from the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, 0.5%. That varies up to 0.6%. 0.5 to 1.6%. I think it depends on how you. It depends a bit. It varies a bit. Okay, 10%. Over 10% of transgender people report recently attempting suicide within the previous year. Think about that. This is from 2015. So it's a bit outdated, perhaps, I don't know. But I got a little distracted from that Assyrian person. I mean, excuse me. Sorry, I needed a painkiller, so I have a horrible headache. I hope that helps. Okay. Would you mind explaining to me, someone, if you please, how do trans people, well, people like me, how am I a threat? How does it, I mean, how am I, even if I were an American, how the hell would I be a threat to the country? I mean, how the hell would I be a threat to my own country? Just for speaking out, when I see injustice. I'm trans, and I'm queer. And I speak out against it when I see bullshit and injustice. How does that make me dangerous to anyone? I mean, dipshits. Okay. Ay ay ay. Super Ghost says typical conservatives say do as I say, not as I do, but then instantly switch stances to my body, my rules, uh, my body of governments. Okay. Uh, After mocking liberals that support women and LGBTQ when it comes to when it comes to vaccines, exactly. Going on, why are these people such snowflakes when it comes to their beliefs and opinions, but can't respect any other form? Pure alt-right derpy nonsense. Uh, Bowie says, "You're not. You're a good person. Thank you." Nimrod saying, "Hello, hello everybody. Hello, Nimrod." Okay, and Peter says, "You are human first and foremost. The rest is besides the point." Precisely. That chat box travels. Chat box travels that direction. There we are. Okay. Okay, once again, I must warn you, give you a content warning. I need a. Excuse me. Oops. Yes, Nimrod asks, why are you picture in picture? Because I have one camera and the other camera. Just because I can. I'm picture in picture because I can. Because, Nimrod, because I can. Because I'm a, because I'm a massive snowflake. Okay? Anyway, content warning, suicide, self-harm, etc., etc. Back to here. Okay, trans people are twice as twice more likely to think about an attempt suicide than lesbian, gay, or bisexual people. 22 to 43% of transgender people have attempted suicide in their lifetime. 43% is quite big. If you go midway, 30%, 33%. That's too much. That's one single person is too much. 2/3 of trans youth report recent self-harm within the previous year. 2/3. I knew the figures are grim, but I just didn't remember it. These were so grim. Okay, anyway. Nimrod says, best excuse ever, because I fucking can. Yes, because I can. I can. Yeah. Okay. But think how bad these numbers will get. I mean, these are universal. I mean, not. I mean, these are just scratch of the surface, babies. Yeah. How? Think how bad this will get in the U.S. in coming years. Okay, let's And the risk factors, contributing factors. Uh, okay, transphobia, physical or verbal, physical sexual assault, uh, lack of support from family, parents and other family, which is, I think, more prevalent in the United States of assholes than elsewhere in the Western world. And this here, institutional prejudice manifesting as laws and policies which create inequalities and or fail to provide protection from discrimination and such. And all these cause mental illness, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and it's a loop. It's a rabbit hole. Once you go there, there's a stigma, of course, and experience from isolation from cis-normative society. That is exactly the kind of yeah. Okay, what do we have in the chat? Superghost says, how many LGBTQ plus people have murdered cis white people for being just that, compared to how many LGBTQ plus people have been murdered, have been bullied, harassed, beaten, and murdered for being who they want to be and who they are. I think the figure for the first context is 0, and for the latter, thousands. Okay, where do we? I think South Dakota. Data for progress. Not what? Where do we have it? Oh, come on! I've lost the link. Okay, where do we have it? Okay, so I have the Transgender Day of Remembrance, 2 live shows from last November and the November of 2020. I read the list, and unfortunately, when I was prepping for the Transgender Day of Visibility, I came across this. While the Trans Day of Visibility represents much needed opportunity to celebrate trans joy and uplift trans lives, we must pause to acknowledge the ongoing epidemic of violence against transgender and non-binary people, especially black and brown transgender women. In November 2021, ahead of the Transgender Day of Remembrance, the Human Rights Campaign Foundation released an article, Epidemic of Violence, Fatal Violence against Transgender and Gender Non-Conforming People, a heartbreaking report honoring trans people killed and detailing the contributing factors and motivation factors that led to this violence. Deadliest yet, 57 trans or gender non-conforming people in the US fatally killed by violent means. This article was written March 31st, and it says that at least 8 such deaths have been reported in 2022 alone as of March. And far too often they go unreported. Okay. Oh, no. where do? Oh, come on. Where do we have it? Theodore. Yeah, we have it. Okay. I'll dig up some. Um, because it was mostly the most um, uh, most of those murdered in the U.S. were, and across the globe, globally, most uh, the most of those who were murdered were trans women of color. Trans women of color are the most likely to be murdered. Yeah. Okay, I need to get you. Okay. Okay. The 20. This is from 2014. This is November 20th. Theodore.info. Okay. Okay. I want to find statistics. Okay. 96% of those who were murdered as of on the list that I read on my channel November last year, 7% more than the previous year. 96% were trans women or trans feminine people. 58% of the murdered trans people whose occupation is known were sex workers. Murders of trans people in the United States doubled from 2020 to 2021. They doubled, and people of color make up eight in the U.S. of the 53 trans people murdered. People of color make up 89%. Have a chew at that. 43% of trans people murdered in Europe were migrants. 70% of all registered murders registered happened in Central and South America. 33% in Brazil. And the youngest was 13 years old. 13 years of age. And the youngest I remember seeing from the US was 14 years old. 14, 15 and 17-year-olds. I remember having 1 year, I think it was 2020, when we had 3 minors, 14, 15 and 17 from the US, from the United States of fucking assholes. So just think about that. 89% were people of color in the US of those who were murdered. Trans women, and most of them were trans feminine. I would say 80%. My guess is 80% of all the trans people murdered in the US in 2020, from November 2020 to October 2021, where 80% were of those 89%, I'd say 80% were trans women or trans femmes of color. And the white cis straight men in in the wealthy white cis straight men claim their very existence is threatened by trans and queer people. The biggest threat, apparently, the biggest threat to society in the US, according to some, are trans uh, trans women of color. And they say America is safe for trans people. I say bullshit. It's genocide. Yes, that's what it is. From the horse's mouth. Uh, Supergraph says, I've never read a single story where a trans person has murdered a non-trans person. But these alt-right twats love preaching their hate rather than letting others live their lives. Meant to say for not being a trans person. Yes. Supergraph says it's completely and utter disgusting. It is. Truly, truly disgusting. Okay. So, the question is, America dangerous to trans people? My answer to that question is yes. Yes, it is. Supergraph says time to face. Yes, there we had it. Okay. Time to face facts, conservatives. The biggest enemy to humankind is the hate that the alt-right keeps spouting. The biggest threat to humanity are the conservatives. That's something glasses are just wonky, so I don't know. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Wonky. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, sorry about that. I had to fix my glasses. Okay, so Booby says, so true. Where is the love? Why preach hate when it makes no sense to me? Supergirl says, the only person that can tell you who to be and what to do is yourself. And Bertil, yes. Yes. Anyway, I think we have now established that the United States of America is no longer safe, or I don't know if it has ever even been safe to trans people. But don't understand what's wrong. What's wrong? Okay, the U.S. has never been very trans friendly, a very trans friendly country to begin with. But no, but even now, now more than there was a few good decades, maybe the 80s, from the 80s to 2000s maybe, but it's getting worse and worse. Um, Basically, um, let me find it. Find it. Oops, that was my phone. Um, uh, there was. Uh, okay. Because I found a good one because where I can't. Okay, okay. Okay. Aren't time zones amazing? In Australia, it's tomorrow. In Europe, it's tonight. And in the US, is 1942, where minorities, women, and LGBT are still under assault by old white men. Go figure. Uh, Superghost says the positive thing about America is that anything negative that happens is almost instantly put on and exposed on world stage, so there's less and less to hide. Bowie says, so true. Peter says, the hate has become more vocal, and indeed, as has the opposition. Jens says, hate takes so much energy that's better used for love. And Bowie says, but exposure isn't enough. The negativity needs to be erased, and trans people need more support. Exactly so. Oh. But speaking of places, uh, speaking of places with a dark history, but are now liberated and fun, is and one of those places is Berlin, once home to the Führer bunker, but now home to currywurst and many other things, many and good beer and a number of other good things. In a couple of weeks, me, my partner, and Bertil are all going to Berlin. Uh, we are going to Oops. In just under in 3 weeks from now. In 3 weeks from now, we will be going to Berlin for. I think we will be there 3 full days. So I think we'll. I think it's 3 full days. I think I'm not sure. we're going. I must confirm with my partner. Yes, so it is indeed true that we will be there for 3 full days. But we are going our primary goal, or why we're going there to Berlin, is to see Daddy Freyr, the guy who represented uh, Iceland in the Eurovision Song contest last year. Daddy Freyr og Gagna Magnid. He has a gig in Berlin. They live in Germany. If I'm not completely mistaken, they live in Berlin, or somewhere around Berlin, somewhere near Berlin. Super Ghost says, just to think 80 years ago Berlin was so unsafe for anyone of color, LGBTQ plus, etc. And now it's one of the biggest centers for unity and equality. How times have changed. Perhaps the people of Berlin and uh, and the German people at large have learned their lesson from the horrors of the war. Jen says Berlin is close enough for a train journey. I might be able to make it for a beer or two. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Perhaps we will continue this conversation in private later on. Because this is not the place or the forum, but we'll have a talk. We'll have a chat about that. Okay. On Discord, perhaps we can do that there. Okay, but before that, what we can do before that is to wrap up this live show for today. It's been 50 odd minutes. So Bertil and Stefan. Okay, so Super Ghost starting a new conspiracy theory. Iceland isn't a country, it's only a store chain in the UK. LOL, just kidding. That would be as silly as the flat earth conspiracy. But I won't discuss flat earth on this channel. Okay. But until the next episode, which will be on Monday, the Monday News reboot, I will see you then. And very big thank you once again to Flems, my lovely patron. You can find the Patreon and PayPal links in the description box, as well as playlist links, Discord, etc., etc. Please leave a comment, leave a like, please share, and I will see you on Monday.